Bobcats, I'm Nancie Huang-Ball.
And I'm Cassie Hallack.
Today's show is really packed, so let's get right into it.
Over the last few years, movements within politics, social media, and entertainment have raised awareness about the injustice within America's court system.
Reporters Tristin, Hoffman, and Plotkin went to get a look at some English classes with their new unit. But let's send it off to them.
According to the nonprofit organization Innocence Project, it is estimated that 20,000 people are wrongfully incarcerated. This means that 20,000 people in the United States are currently in prison for a crime that they did not commit. In an effort to open up discussion about the justice system, this year the English department introduced the New York Times best-selling book, Just Mercy, into their curriculum. The book follows a lawyer who seeks to represent those who were wrongfully incarcerated with in-depth accounts on each member's background and story, and was recently made into a movie starring Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. During the curriculum, students participate in open discussions regarding the book and outside sources, create podcasts with a connection to Just Mercy, and write a final paper on current issues within the United States justice system. Sarah Hunter is just one of the teachers who picked up Just Mercy.
We really were inspired to do this unit after both Mrs. Myers and I and Mrs. Tapia read the book Just Mercy, and we were really impacted by it personally, and we thought this would be an important conversation to bring to our students.
Definitely think it's an interesting book. Definitely has a lot of issues on the system, like legal system, and how there's a lot of mistakes, and how it's, even though we look at it as a perfect system, our system in America really isn't perfect.
Throughout their curriculum, implicit bias and unconscious stereotype attached to members of specific groups is explained to students and how it affects the people of such groups. Jacob Fellows, a senior in Valerie Tapia's second period English class, reflects on the lessons learned.
I think it's definitely important to talk about it, because the more you talk about it, the easier it is to see what we're doing wrong and how to fix it.
Senior Destiny Perkins, president of Black Student Union, sees the importance of conversations about race not only in the classroom, but beyond.
Opening up that conversation has made it easier for us to talk about something super deep like that. And I feel like reading that book kind of opened all of our eyes to the reality of life, like what's going on in our criminal justice system, and how we can be more aware of it and advocate like Brian Stevenson did.
Whether felt in a courtroom or in a classroom at Sage Creek, race is a universal subject that is at times hard to approach. Racial Equity Club President Elizabeth Hatton believes that
whether you're a white person in a room of brown people or a brown person in a room of white people, I think that it's extremely difficult to talk and share about it, but just opening up the conversation is something that could change. You don't even know how many lives.
I would say the goal for us was to bring something to our students' awareness that probably wasn't there yet for many of us.
This has been Tristin Hoffman and Plotkin reporting for The Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Wow, I love how some English classes are incorporating the topic of racial injustice in their class discussions now.
Absolutely. And as you all know, last week, Sage Creek's theater program put on 8 shows of the musical Matilda. There is one special showing, organized by Elena Davis, who plays Mrs. Wormwood in the play. Her genius project allowed people with special needs to come see a showing of the wonderful musical. Congrats, Elena.
What an incredible musical. I played the synthesizer in the play, and it was such an honor to work with such amazing people. And as what Alpha would say, I could feel it in my hips.
Music is in the air. This year's spring concert is happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Band, orchestra, and many more are performing, so be sure to check it out.
Tickets are at sale at the ASB store online. February is National CTE Career Technical Education Month. Chloe, Neal, and Charissa Feldmann have a showcase on the CTE pathways here at Sage Creek. Let's send it off to them.
February is CTE Month, and we have so much to celebrate here at Sage Creek. CTE stands for Career and Technical Education and sets up students for success in future careers through different pathways. Research provides that 95% of CTE students graduate high school, which is 10% greater than the national average. Additionally, 80% of CTE students claim that taking CTE classes have helped them know where they are headed after high school. CTE promotes 16 different career tracks, and Sage Creek provides 2 of them, the Biomedical Sciences pathway and the Engineering pathway, each of them being a 4-year-long course. Thanks to Mrs. Park and Mrs. Bachman, Sage Creek is able to offer classes with the curriculum provided by Project Lead the Way, where students engage in activities based on real-world cases, discover the various roles of biomedical professionals, and ideate solutions to current health problems through the Biomedical Sciences pathway. Also provided is the Engineering pathway led by Mr. Feberg and Mr. Gamlin, which teaches students the skills necessary to envision solutions to real-world problems and turn them into a reality. Through the application of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, students are exposed to the design, development, and computer science principles that compose engineering. Further preparing students for careers in STEM, we offer a multitude of computer science courses instructed by Dr. Moezi that introduce students to the foundations of modern computing, educating them on the process of programming and algorithms with a focus on digital privacy. The exposure to STEM does not end there. We are also home to our prominent FTC robotics program and our Science Olympiad team. In celebration of this month, we want to take a moment to appreciate the wide variety of CTE pathways and STEM-focused extracurriculars that are offered at our school. CTE holds a special place in our heart, and we are proud to embody its values here at Sage Creek.
Wow, that sounds awesome. We're so lucky to have such amazing opportunities at our school.
Another positive, life-changing opportunity is becoming a blood donor here at Sage Creek and helping out those in need. ASB is holding a blood drive from Thursday at 8:30 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. It's happening in the Bobcat Arena, also known as the gym.
Make sure to remember to drink lots of water, eat some extra vitamins, and get moving.
And we have one last announcement before we send it off to Cooper Hancock on sports. On March 5th, Photography Club is holding a fundraiser at Panda Express at the Carlsbad Outlet.
It's happening on a finals day, but it's going from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., so there's plenty of time to stop by and get some grub to help support this awesome club.
Now that the announcement's done, we can send over to Cooper Hancock and he can tell us about sports.
Good morning, Sage Creek High School. This is Cooper Hancock, and I'm your reporter for today. And welcome to The Sage Sports. Most of our winter sports teams have ended their seasons already, although playoffs just concluded for some of our teams. Although they just fell short of playoffs, congrats to the varsity boys basketball and soccer teams on a very persevering season. Senior Cole Kirby competed at the Division IV CIF tournament for wrestling, where Kirby won a fast first match. In Kirby's second match, he was flipped and pinned to end his match, even though he had a strong lead. Cole immediately bounced back and won his last 3 matches in a row. Cole automatically defaulted to a 4th place finish per CIF rules that only allowed him to wrestle 5 times a day. Cole described his tournament for Sage Creek Wrestling as a well-worth experience and as fun. Girls basketball finished a very impressive regular season with a 3-game winning streak, including a close homecoming game against Oceanside and an upset against SCA, who was ranked number 2 in their division. The girls defeated Pacific Ridge in their playoff game 44-27 to avoid elimination from playoffs. Leading the charge was Claire Perhatch, who scored 16 points, and Krista Privanov with 11 points. However, Point Loma High ended their girls' season winning the quarterfinal game with a final score of 52-47. Great job, girls, for a very accomplished season. The varsity girls soccer team worked hard in league games, awarding them a 5th seed in playoffs. They started off well with a 4-0 win over Pacific Ridge on Wednesday, with goals from Samantha Brickersaff, Ryan McLaren, and 2 from Grace O'Grady. Sage faced Coronado High for their quarterfinal game and took the game into overtime, but fell short of a win, losing the game 4-3. The girls gave it their all an entire season. Congrats for a notable season. That ends it for winter sports season, and congrats to all the teams for representing Sage Creek. Now it's time to move on to the spring. This has been Cooper Hancock, and let's send it back to the Acres.
Thanks, Cooper. Can't wait to see more games as we head into spring sports.
Well, that's it for this week, Bobcats. This has been Nancie Huang-Ball
and Cassie Hallack reporting for
The Sage.